So I get where she's coming from. I
No, no,
get
no, no.
why she would feel that way.
I can't say that. I can't say that. And listen, this is hold on. And just so it's because it's gonna look and sound a certain way with a motherfucking shirt
Listen, just
on.
keep your shirt on. Nah, go for it, man. This is
Listen,
this is how you feel.
my thing because don't need to be clipped as like some fanboy of Chris Benoit, but like listen, I was a fan of Chris Benoit. You know what I'm saying? I was a fan of Chris Benoit. Now, what I do disagree with about Jordan is that she didn't say anything like mildly critical. If outside of her opinion of saying she don't think that he can hang, that is your opinion. That if that is mildly critical, yes. But I think you should. I mean, that just needs to be two tweets because there are two different. You have an opinion and you have a fact. Right? And my thing is like it's a very delicate situation to have when you're trying to combine the two over something that's objective and subjective at the same time. The subjectiveness of Chris Benoit not being able to hang with these wrestlers of this day and age, she can have that because we look at Kurt Angle, we look at Shelton. I mean, Shelton can go. We don't know what he can really do, but they treat him like he's an older guy who can't really go. Like, so we can kind of see what she's saying, but the whole like he won't be able to remember his matches and like, listen, we glorify Eddie Guerrero. The nigga died with motherfucking, I don't want to. I'm not here to disparage
Speaking of
names.
Eddie Guerrero,
You know what I'm saying?
Chavo had a response
Yeah.
to his cousin. He had a response to this. He said, "I think Jordan Grace just lost a lot of wrestling credibility from her comments." So I think that's in critique of her original comment of him not being able to go with current day
Yes.
wrestlers. Because Chris Benoit, let's just start there. Chris
Yeah.
Benoit was a technical savant, and he was from the Cart Dungeon. And those guys are timeless. As you can see, Natalia has had like a 25-year run almost, going on doing technical style, learn from the dungeon, and she can still have a good match with Ronda Rousey to this day. I think that today he would be older. So yeah, you can say that about per angle. Yeah, he would not be able to go. But if he was in his prime, hell yeah, he would be able to go. Like it makes no fucking sense what she said. I think that was an excuse to just tell him to burn in hell and just get that off and be controversial. I think that Chris Benoit. It just seems like every year around this time, somebody has to bring up Chris Benoit, whether it's Vice with the whole Dark Side of the Ring. Was that last year that this happened?
I think it was.
Um,
I think that was the
yeah,
Pen.
you
It was
know,
about 2 years
it,
ago.
it, yeah, and then like 2 years ago, yeah, it's just always somebody bringing him up just to debate the same thing. Listen, what he did was horrendous. It was no one. I don't think anybody condones him killing his family. I
Yeah.
don't think so. So like, where is the controversy here? At the end of the day, you can also look at back and say he was one of the best wrestlers of his time, of his era. You can also say he's had classic matches, multiple classic matches. Two things can be true when it comes
And
to
that's
Chris
what I'm saying.
Benoit.
Like, listen. OJ Simpson went to jail and was perceived to have murdered two people. There is nobody in the world that can say OJ Simpson couldn't tote the ball.
There's
You
no
know what
way.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't separate the two, even though you try to. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? We go with music, right? R. Kelly right now just got sentenced to 30 years in prison for being a
He's just
nasty
yeah.
motherfucker. You know what I'm
His life
saying?
is over. Yeah.
His life is over for being a nasty motherfucker. It's really hard to listen to a song that ain't got that nigga pen behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like when we get to those areas of separating art from artists, you really can't necessarily sometimes get away from it. Some of your new and found wrestlers that we say that he can't hang with actually got inspired from him. The triple German suplex, the crippler crossface. I mean, there's a lot of things that are
How
still.
many versions of the crypto crossface is being used as finishers right now? Whether it's John Moxley, whether it's Sasha Banks, whether it's whoever. Like, come on,
Daniel
Daniel
Bryan done
Bryan.
used it. Edge done used it.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Like he's still like without people wanting to actually admit it, his presence of wrestling is
Oh,
every bit as Eddie's.
it is. It is. You know, it just if he didn't do what he did, he would be just as lauded as even if he just killed himself, he would be just as revered as Eddie Guerrero.
Yep.
And
If Chris Benoit just committed suicide,
uh-huh.
right? If Chris Benoit just committed suicide and left his family out of it, niggas would not have this take, right? And so if we're gonna have the if we're
But he
gonna
did.
have this, if we're gonna, but this is what I'm saying. Hold on.
Yeah.
If we're gonna have this real conversation, this is why this is unfiltered. This is why we're here. If we're
Hmm.
gonna have this real conversation, if he would have committed suicide, he had mental health issues, correct?
Yeah.
We would have dubbed that as mental health issues.
Yeah, exactly.
But because he killed his family and then killed himself, he was still cognizant. Listen, man, my grandma is 77 years old right now. She got dementia. She knows what she's doing, but she don't know what she's doing. We reprimand her as if she knows what she's doing, but she don't know what she's doing. So if we're gonna come back and say that nigga had an 87, 89-year-old brain with late stages of fucking Alzheimer's and dementia, like, are we really taking into consideration, or are we just gonna harbor what we actually feel about the situation? Because again, your point is correct. If Chris Benoit just takes out himself, if he dies like Eddie Guerrero from a cardiovascular disease, which is stunned from the alcoholism and the pills and the steroids and the shit that Eddie Guerrero has a history of having, then like, do we still love Chris Benoit the same or no?